Welcome to the world of biological science. Here is Binduprava Sahu in a new day with a new topic. If you like my videos, hit like, share with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Press the bell icon next to it so that you can get more updates on biology related videos. What is the fundamental unit of life? Or what is the building block of an organism? The answer is what? Cell. Okay, so cells make up the bodies of various living organisms. As I have already mentioned in my previous classes that there are two types of organisms, that is multicellular organism and unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms have only single cell, and within that single cell they carry out various life activities like respiration, locomotion, digestion. Okay, so but in case of animals or higher organisms which are multicellular, that are made up of huge number of cells, they need these cells. Why there are many cells? Because they need these cells to carry out various life activities. Their life activities cannot be performed by only a single cell. Clear? So consider an example. In a human body, there is type A cells and type B cells. Type A cells are there for respiration process. Whereas type B cells are there to carry out digestion process. Okay, so cluster of type A cells are there for respiration, whereas clusters of type B cells are there for digestion in case of human beings. Not only human beings but also cats, dogs, any animals, higher animals. Okay, so these group of cells are called what? This group of cells or this cluster of cells are called tissues. So what is the definition of the tissue? The tissues are group or cluster of cells which carry out specific function. Okay, so there is division of these tissues in the body of a human being. The tissues are present at specific part of the body. Okay, not every part of the body contains the same type of tissue. There are various types of tissue present at specific part of the body which perform a specific function. Okay, so this process is called that the tissues are there to at a specific place to perform specific function. This is called division of labor. Division of labor. For example, taking the example of muscles. Okay, so muscles help in locomotion. Okay, so muscles are there, the muscular tissues are there to carry out the process of locomotion by contraction as well as relaxation. Similarly, can we call blood cells blood as a tissue? Yes, bloods are also tissues. Why? Because they help in transmission of nutrients, hormones and various macromolecules throughout the body. They also help in carrying out the waste materials also. Okay, so the blood cells perform specific function. That's why blood is also a tissue. Considering plants, they do not have similar tissues like animals, but they do have tissues. So what is the difference between plant tissues and animal tissues? So to know the answer, first answer this. Do plants move? No. Okay, so plants do not move. They are non-motile and their locomotion is restricted. Okay, so they have only dead tissues. So why their tissues are dead? Because plants need most of the tissues for their mechanical support. Okay, so most of the tissues in plants are dead tissues. The living tissues are there for their growth only. Okay, so what about animals? Animals perform locomotion. Okay, animals are able to move. Their movement is not restricted. So they need tissues for locomotion as well as various functioning of their life. So most of the animal tissues are living tissues. Okay, now come to the second difference. These tissues get nutrition from the body part. So what is the other difference? In plants, there is a certain specific tissue which can divide throughout the life of the plant. But there is also other tissues which do not divide at all. So why this difference? This difference is due to that the plants do not grow uniformly throughout their life. Their growth is restricted up to certain body parts. Okay, the growing parts of the plant shows these living tissues or the dividing tissues, but up to a certain limit the growth is restricted. But it is not in case of animals or humans. In animals and humans, they grow uniformly throughout their life. So the tissues are always dividing tissues, clear, which help in growth, as not only growth but uniform growth. Okay, so these tissues in animals and humans are capable of division and they are spread throughout their body. Now come to the discovery of tissues. So tissues was first discovered by Bichat. Okay, in the year 1972. So Bichat was a French anatomist and physiologist who is also known as the father of modern histology and descriptive anatomy. Okay, there is an interesting fact about Bichat. Despite working without a microscope, he was the first one to introduce the notion of tissues as distinct entities, and he also mentioned that the pathogens which cause disease, they attack the tissues, not the whole organs. Okay, so this much for today's class. In the next video we will discuss more about tissues. Okay, so thank you for watching my video.